In this video, we will explain what a minor key is and show you how to write chord progressions in a minor key. A song written in a minor key will feel sadder and more melancholic than one written in a major key. This feeling will be created by having chord progressions that are focused on minor chords. This focus comes from the selection of chords that are available in a key and how the songwriter arranges these chords. We create the chords in a key from the relevant scale notes. There is only one major scale pattern, but there are several variations of the minor scale. This means that minor keys are more complicated than major keys. This can lead to some confusion for songwriters. This video will aim to describe these differences in the simplest way possible. A major key has 7 chords. When songwriting, they are referred to by the Roman numerals 1 to 7. Generally, the uppercase numerals represent major chords and the lowercase numerals represent minor chords. Every major key has a relative minor key. This minor key uses the same chords as the major key, but we reorder them using the Roman numeral system. Let's look at an example to clarify this. C major has the following chords: C, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, and B diminished. Please note that the dim means diminished. The diminished chord is neither major nor minor and can cause trouble with chord progressions. The relative minor key to C major is A minor. It has the following chords, which may look familiar: A minor, B diminished, C, D minor, E minor, F, and G. So you can see we have the same set of chords as C major, but in a different order. By assigning the same chords different Roman numerals, we are indicating that their harmonic function has changed. This means that each chord's role in a progression has changed. In case you were wondering, it is perfectly acceptable to refer to C major as the relative major of A minor. This version of the minor scale is known as natural minor. It may also be called the Aeolian mode. The simplicity of this approach is clear. Once you know the major key chords, you also know the relative minor key chords. The simplicity of the natural minor is also its biggest problem. Look at this chord progression in A minor. And this progression in C major. You can see the problem here. Exactly the same chords are playing, and the key may not be clear in isolation. The thing that makes the key clear is the context of the rest of the song and the listener's harmonic expectation. If our chord progressions start and end or focus on A minor, then we will feel the minor key. So what can we do to avoid this problem? There is a variation of the minor scale which makes the minor key distinguishable from the relative major. It was used widely in classical and romantic composition. It is called the harmonic minor. It is created by raising the 7th note of the natural minor scale by half a step or a semitone. This may be confusing, but all we are going to do to our selection of chords is change the 5 chord to a major chord. So in the key of A minor, our 5 chord of E minor becomes E major. We can reinforce the harmonic minor feel by using the 5 to 1 change in our chord progressions. One final thing we can do is to take the 4 chord and change that to a major. So in the key of A minor, this would change a D minor chord to D major. This uses a note from what is called the melodic minor scale, but we don't need to know any more to write our chord progressions. So if we put all of these tweaks together into one selection of chords that avoid as many conflicts as possible, including avoiding the 2 chord, we get this form, which we could call a composite key. This gives you 8 chords to use in a minor key, and with inversions, that's 24 chords. If you're still with us after all of that, thank you. Your reward is to see how to use these chords in progressions. In major keys, the foundational chord progression is 1-4-5. It uses all the major chords and anchors the key. Happily, in a minor key, the same is true. The only difference here is that we have extra options due to our key tweaks. Here are some of the possible variations. As with the major key, our 3 chord progressions can also use chords beyond 1, 4, and 5. This can still sometimes create a bit of harmonic ambiguity, so if you want to avoid any of that, then use the 5 chord in major form. Here are a few examples. If you want to write a 4-chord song, then take the 1-4-5 with any flavour of 4 or 5 and pair it with 3, 6 or 7. The principles of using chords in a major key progression still apply here, but from a minor angle. For example, your core chords 1-4-5 can be used and then save the other chord for later on to maximise its impact and inject the major feeling. So a song section could look like this. Note the change to major 5 at the end. I'm sure you can now see that there are lots of options for you with your minor key progressions. We'll now look at 4 examples to give you inspiration. It is worth noting how they generally have a descending feeling, starting with higher numbers and coming down once the 1 chord has been heard. This reinforces the minor feeling of the key, but you don't have to stick to this with your progressions if you don't want to. Your progressions can form larger sections that do not repeat, or they can be used as repetitive turnarounds, for example in a chorus. Please note that we will use inversions here. First inversions have a small 6 next to them, and second inversions have a 6 and a 4. The mood of the minor key is deeply linked with the minor chords. The video on screen now will explain to you everything about the minor chords and will help you to better understand where this sad feeling comes from.